This is the Moccasin Point Trail at Phelps Lake at Pettigrew State Park. The trail is pretty much like this for 2.8 miles from the campground to Moccasin Point. Moccasin Point is worth the effort. Go ahead.
Or you can just park at the intersection and walk 0.6 miles.
If you were to take Rebecca's advice and come up here and park instead of hiking all the way in, this is what the parking place looks like. It's where the road, there's a little gate there, sign that says vehicles prohibited past the gate, and the road turns out of the woods. The road doesn't actually go through the woods very much, but it turns out of the woods here. If, as we have, you choose to go back by the road instead of the trail, this is what it looks like. It opens up right up there at the end of this little tree tunnel, and then it borders field all the rest of the way back to the park. They grow something out there. A bunch of silos. This is the road next to the field going back to the park. I should probably mention that the road is paved part, if not most of the way. Alternatively, you can take the somewhat shorter water route to get to the overlook. It looks a lot like this out there, but there is even some Spanish moss at the overlook. The tree's a little bigger, but it's pretty spectacular. Can't beat this, can you? Knees. Look at all those knees. Don't think we're going to make it all the way to Moccasin Point. It is about halfway around that bend, it looks like, which is probably something that could be done, but probably not today by us. This is a pretty good effect of what Moccasin Point actually looks like. There's a little boardwalk that leads out right into the water, and it's in cypress groves. Well, I think you can gather by now that it's all cypress groves and draped with Spanish moss. I mean, that's really a fairly interesting effect, don't you think? Let's see how close we can get without crashing. Somebody's shooting up there. Ooh, don't shoot me. This is sunset at the boat launch, where the nice park ranger helped pick up our boats and drove them back to the campsite. Rebecca with them. There weren't enough room in the truck for me, so I'm walking. Right up here, I'll show you two other things. They kind of made a little boo-boo here. 44,000-year-old dugout canoes. That would be something. This boardwalk runs behind the campground. Goes out to a little dock that sticks out in the lake. And wraps back around to the old plantation on the other side of the campground. The Moccasin Point boardwalk is very similar to this, although the end point at Moccasin Point is a lot more interesting than the end point here. There's an alternative view to a boardwalk leading out to the lake. This is the Moccasin Wilderness section of Phelps Lake, Pettigrew State Park. There's a little sign there just said there's some kind of carnivorous plants in here. This will be our final look at the lake.
I think we should just go back and go up to Roper and see if we can find the eagles and going home.